Hello, Williamsburg Landing. My name's Stan Rockwell, and welcome to Tai Chi and Qigong. Going to do our usual warm-up, and then we're going to do a Qigong. Bill Hansel taught me probably about 20 years ago or so, and his teacher Chen Hao taught to him. So let's go ahead and get started. Get your foundation set up, feet parallel about shoulder width apart. Get yourself firmly connected to the floor, through the floor to the earth, or if you're outside, straight to the ground. Use that Ba-Wei spot, the crown chakra, attach a line there, pull you straight up, stretch you upwards, making you taller, stacking your vertebrae on top of each other. And another line attached there drops straight down through the middle of your body, through the perineum, and hits the floor right in the middle of your foundation. Remember that foundation is the rectangle. Everything inside an imaginary line around the outsides of your feet, so that you're balanced in all directions. You're not leaning left, right, front, back, or to the corners in your head. The back of your head rises, your chin tucks in a little bit, head gets nice and balanced on your shoulders, tops of your hips parallel to the floor, tops of your shoulders parallel to the floor. Tailbone drops down a little bit, hips move back a little bit, flattens out your stomach and your lower back. Alright, then you focus on your breathing, inhaling through your nose down to your diaphragm, feeling that expansion. As you exhale, you pull the pelvic floor up. Remember, if you want, you can touch the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth behind your front teeth. Chinese medicine connecting the energy channel down the front of your body and the other energy channel up the back of your body. But whatever feels most comfortable for you. Throughout all this, remember, you never lock a joint, so you never fully extend your arm or fully compress your arm either. Same thing with your knees. There's always going to be some bend, some softness in your knees. And even if you're standing like this, your knees are going to be in line with your toes, pointed in the same direction as your toes. And the knee in front is always going to be behind the toes. So we'll begin. You just let your arms float up with your palms facing about shoulder high. Turn your hands as you press in, you drop the elbows, push your head back a little, you turn your hands, you press out. Arms drop down, chin tucks just a bit. It's an inhale and an exhale. And an inhale, arms extend out, exhale. One more. Remember the expansion and contraction, the yin-yang, when your arms extend, all the joints expand outwards, and then they relax back into place. Back to the center, arms float up again. One arm drops down, other arm folds over. Palm lines up with a third eye or that upper dantian. You keep your body still as you just turn your head and your arm to the side. 70% of your range of motion back to the center. Same thing to the other side. It's an inhale to the center and an exhale out. Back, turn your head. And an inhale. And you don't press it. You just let it roll. Same thing, other direction. Back to the center, forward shoulder rolls. Remember, if you have issues with your shoulders, you rotate your arms so your palms are facing behind you. Make the circles with your elbows. And then just reverse. Same thing in the other direction. And then inhale up and exhale down. Arms come up, just again feel your arms extend outwards. Bring your hands so your fingers are pointed straight up. Forearms and palms together if you can, but if that causes you issues with your shoulders, just relax your elbows out. Inhale and exhale. When your arms are back even with your shoulders, just reach out. Again, extend your arms out. Come back, hands almost to your shoulders, but not quite. Keep some softness in the elbow. Exhale out. Inhale back. And then just pause when your fingers are pointed straight up and your hands still towards and away from you, and then towards and away from each other like they're waving at each other. And then circles in one direction, and in the other direction. Fold your fingers over, thumbs on the outside. You have those nice soft Tai Chi fists. You reach out. Let that arm extend out again. Hands extend out. Curl your fingers. Pull back in. It's an exhale and an inhale. Just flex your fingers. Let them come to rest. Pointed towards each other, about belt high. As you inhale, you feel those fingers expand out. Exhale, they relax back. So inhale and exhale. One more. And just relax. Hold the ball. Lower hand rotates up, presses up, upper hand presses down. It's an exhale and an inhale. Back to the center. Rotating just from the hips up. Got this hand on top. I'm going to go till the hands line up with the hips on that side. Come back to the other side. We'll just do this once more in each direction. Back to the center. Hands out to the side like you're pressing into a wall. Shift all your weight over. Step out a little bit to feel some stretch in your hip. And you don't have to step very far. Back to the center. Into one foot. The foot goes forward and back while your body stays nice and balanced over the foot that's weighted. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Toes are pointed towards the corners, a little space between your heels, fists at your hips, shift all your weight over. Weightless foot's going to go out, forefoot's going to touch down. You're going to punch with the opposite hand to counterbalance. Come back. It's an exhale and an inhale. Back to the center. This time you shift your weight. Go up into that forward bow stance and stretch everything out. Come back. It's an exhale and an inhale. Back to the center, and then for the ankles, it's heel and toe. And then shift your weight to the other side, heel, toe. Pick a spot where the outside of the foot, inside of the foot touch about the same place. And the same thing on the other side. And being very kind and gentle with your ankle, knee, and hip for a circle in one direction. And in the other direction. Same thing other side. In the other direction. And you just kind of shake everything out. And I think we mentioned when we did 8 pieces of brocade, there's one called Shake Your Chi, where you just kind of shake everything. Very first Qigong sequence I ever learned. Just get yourself nice and balanced. This one doesn't really have a name that I know of. I just think of it as Bill and Jen Howe's sequence. Come up. Bring in like you're holding a ball. You pull back. Turn to look to the one side as you make fists. Come back to the center. Inhale and exhale. Drop your hands down. Keep your knees nice and soft with this one because you're going to push the mountain to the corner. And you come back. So it's an exhale and an inhale. Since there is a bit of a turn at the waist, you want to make sure your hips go back and your knees bend a little bit when you do this. Keep the pressure off your back and off your knees. Back to the center, fair maiden looks. Come up. And then it sweeps down. Inhale up and exhale down. This time when your hand comes down, it comes to rest over top of the other one. So your arms rise up, so I've got this hand on top, so I've got to again soften the knees, turn to that corner, arms sweep down, and the hand on that side goes underneath again. Come back to the center, arms float up, and this time the other hand's on top. So you turn to that side, facing towards the corner, arms come down. The hands reverse again. It took me a while to get this one. It's an inhale and an exhale. Come back to the center, your hands come down, your fingers interlace. You press up. If you can, you come up on your toes, down, arc to one side, arc to the other side, come down. It's an inhale and an exhale. An inhale, and exhale, inhale, and exhale. One more. Down, as your hands come down, one hand's going to be on top holding the ball, palm down, the other hand holding the ball underneath is palm up. It doesn't matter, either one, left or right's fine. As they rise up, the lower hand rotates till it's palm down. When it gets about even with the top of your head, you open the blossom and you look to the side of the hand that's on top. When they come back, you trade hands. So the other one's on top, it's an inhale up and an exhale. Come back to center. I added this next movement in. It wasn't one of the originals, but it gives you kind of a flowing motion, a bit like those old wave machines, if you remember, they were popular about the same time lava lamps were. Again, you soften your knees, you reach up, you pull down, you come back up, so there's a little bit of a rising and falling in this, like water. You just synchronize your breathing with it. Back to the center, arms float up. They come back for open and close. It's an inhale and an exhale. An inhale and an exhale. I'll do one more. And then your hands come back, palms facing up as you rise. As you raise your hands up, you rotate the hands. They come around and then they sweep down. It's an inhale, an exhale. This one is just called lift the platter. And then it's balancing everything out. Back to the center. We did roughly 3 or so of each one. Remember, typically, especially in the mornings, they'll do odd numbers in multiples of 3. In the evenings, if you're doing these before you're getting ready to go to bed, just do an even number. And again, that's from Chinese medicine, Taoist philosophy. We'll finish it off. Come up on your toes, tense everything up, and just relax, let all the tension flow out Out of your fingertips, out of your toes, down into the earth and away from you. It's an inhale and an exhale. One more. Loosen your legs up a little bit. Need to loosen up my legs. I spent about 2.5 hours working in the yard this morning, so my legs are a little bit tired. Come back to center, inhale up, and exhale. One more. Thank you for joining me. Stay safe, be well, take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.